whenever I do podcasts from my house, I have a couch in one of the rooms, and that's how I'm sitting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because I'm just like,
well, you're welcome to sit that way
I'm like,
too.
I don't really care to be,
formal.
Just
yes.
I can't do that. That's not
and
me. You guys, I recently visited a sound bath studio in Rock Hill, South Carolina called the Singing Lotus Studios. I had such an amazing experience that I just had to sit down and speak with the owner, Paige. I wanted to know about her journey, how she went from the fear of wanting to open a studio to actually opening the studios and how it came to fruition, and speaking about how that experience can be beneficial to, people like you and me. So I hope you enjoy this interview. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you providing this service and bringing it here, because you're saying, you felt pushed. Maybe it was me in the spirit of a lot of people who were like, we need something like this here. Because I remember just looking 2 years ago. I remember looking 1 year ago and just kind of having this thing of where to look, where to start, how do we have something like this? How come we don't have something like this? Where can I find something like this? I've noticed that holistic approaches are starting to become popular.
Yeah.
But that's not supposed to be a trend.
Yes. Yeah.
It's supposed to be us getting back to ourselves. So you're helping us to get back to ourselves by providing a service that allows us to heal, to deal with everyday stress, to deal with just everyday life without feeling like we don't know where to start.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Like
I love that.
That's what I know that I got by coming here.
Oh, that's beautiful.
If you were to say to someone on the street, like, you should do a sound bath, and they're like,
What's
what is
that? Okay, that's right. So a sound bath is just a place where you come and you're surrounded by these unique frequencies, and there's different patterns of play and vibrations, and it helps you. You just lie down, close your eyes, relax, and these sound waves just wash over you. That's why it's called a sound bath, because these frequencies and vibrations and just sound, it's just washing over you. And the idea is just to absorb it and just to pay attention. You can focus on the sounds, and sometimes instead of your mind, like the chatter of the mind, when you're listening at the sounds, it just helps you to shut the mind down a little bit, shut the chatter down.
It's a different kind of brainwash.
Yeah, and they'll guide you, like it will guide you into your heart space. And and I tell people sometimes, the first time you experience a sound bath, sometimes, we're human, it's normal. You have to get comfortable. What is this? What's this experience? And sometimes it's the more you come to a sound bath, the more easily you can drop into your heart, because you're comfortable in the space. So it's a practice, just like yoga or meditation or anything else. But
And your specific sound bath lasts 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's long.
But the thing is, that sounds long, but it's not. And it's like, from a person who's experiencing it, you literally are like, wait,
it's over?
It's over? But what is the experience from the person who's doing it? Does it feel long for you, or do you get kind of swept up and lost in it as well?
I get swept up. And people who are here often, I always say, like, please don't make reservations after this, because I'm trying to, I have a hard time managing my time sometimes. I'm getting better, because I do want to respect people's time, and I know people do have things going on that they need to leave the space for. So I don't go too far over, but sometimes I'll go 5 or 10 minutes over if I get lost, or I just really try to play intuitively. And if I really feel this sense of like, I need to keep going, I just honor that a little bit, but without trying to, extend a session too far. And I do a little brief meditation on the front end and the back end, and some instruction on the front end. So that takes a little bit of the time, but the sound itself is, definitely an hour plus. Probably like an hour and 10 or hour and 15 minutes.
I appreciate that. It's an experience for everybody in the rooms, because it literally puts a room full of strangers
Yeah.
on the same frequency.
Yeah.
And not everyone is comfortable with the idea of being in a room full of strangers.
Yeah.
I'm an introvert.
Yes, me
And,
too. Me too.
and the thought, I was like, do I really want to do this?
Yes.
And so, but I came by myself,
Yeah.
very proud of myself. I was like,
Yes.
I did it, and
I'm proud of
glad
you.
that I did. But now that I've told people about it, they're like,
Yeah.
when's the next time you're going?
Oh.
And that's why I told you. I said, next time I come, I'm bringing friends.
Yeah.
And I hadn't
Aw.
even said anything to them yet, but I knew. I was like, the moment
Yeah.
they were like, when, where, how do I
Aw.
sign up? And I'm like, I'm glad that that's is being welcomed and it's being appreciated and it's being
Yes.
like seen for what it is, because
Yeah.
you talk about authenticity, and we live lives that don't necessarily permit us to always
Right.
be authentic. Like,
Yeah.
it's easy for us to be like, we are authentic. We tell the truth. We're honest. We're transparent. It's like, but sometimes when you're at work, or sometimes when you're on the road and somebody cuts you off at a light, and you have to be polite, or, you're just kind of in this place where you're like, there's the things that I want to say to you,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to say to you.
Right.
But that still takes its toll.
Yeah.
And it does pull you from your authenticity.
Yeah.
Because we are human, and we're not always in the position to react
Yeah.
in a way that feels good to us, or in a way that feels healing to us.
Yeah.
Whether or not we were to just be like, it's okay, part of us might still be sad. Or if
Right.
we pop off, now we're upset that we did something rude.
Yeah.
And so now we're beating ourselves up. So
Right.
it just puts us in this headspace where we're constantly battling our own selves. So
Yeah.
I feel like when you come in for a sound bath, you are getting the opportunity to wash that stuff away.
Yeah. Just be present.
And appreciate yourself for who you are.
Yeah.
Give yourself some grace. It does
Yes.
put you in a headspace of letting the small stuff fall off,
Yeah.
and it gives you the opportunity to have a moment to let the big stuff go, just in that moment, so that you're able to face it a
Yeah.
little bit braver.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why I feel like it's so important, and why I encourage it. When I was here, there was, a saying on every mat, where it was like, you can leave it for the next person, or you can write something for the next person, or you can take it with you.
Yeah.
And I'm the type of person that, when you give, you give.
Yeah.
And when you are a giver, you don't always know how to receive.
Right.
And so even while I picked up mine and I read it, I was like, I want to leave this for the next person, but I will not. I'm leaving this for me.
Good
and
for
I'm
you.
taking it with me, because
Good
I'm
for you.
learning to receive, because that's how you are able to keep giving.
That's right.
And it's how you're able to keep giving from an authentic place.
Yeah.
So where did the concept of, like, I'm going to leave these encouraging notes, like, where did that come from?
That's just who I am, I think. A lot of it was just like, how do I make this feel really personal? And how do I, it's just me wanting to give, just wanting to, like, pour into people and help people to feel better and to remember how beautiful and loved they are. Like, I really want people to know, like, you're special and your life means something, and I see you,
Yeah.
and I hear you, and I support you, and it's just a little note, but it's interesting how much people have really gravitated towards those cards and
Yeah.
really love their notes,
Yeah.
And I always have a moment before a sound bath with all those cards, because I have many. Like, sometimes I'll just have something come in my head, and I'll, like, have a thing on my phone. I just keep track of them, and I'm like, oh, that would be a nice thing to remind somebody of, and so I'll put that on on my little list.
Yeah.
And I just rotate them in and out, and they're just random. And before the sessions, I always have a little moment of, like, of prayer over those cards, that
Yeah.
they reach the right person.
Exactly. That's what makes life feel like a miracle. You think, the idea of a miracle is someone coming back from the dead. It's like, sometimes a miracle is just being in the right place at the right time,
Right.
that you found the right mat that had the right thing that you needed to see and hear and feel in that moment, and letting those little moments count for something. It's like, no, every day is full of little miracles.
That's right.
Don't be so caught up in looking for the big ones that you don't see the little ones, because they're just as important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because winning the lottery, although that would be a miracle,
sure,
is not meant for everyone.
No.
But at the same time, just being at the grocery store and someone smiles and says hello.
Yeah.
And just makes your day a little bit better.
Yeah.
Those are the moments that count.
Those are the moments. That's a lot of power in that.
Yeah.
I always say that, like, our energy radiates, and I don't think we can conceptualize or measure, certainly, how our energy affects other people.
Negatively and positively.
Both ways. And so, the idea of, like, peace in this world, which I've always been so passionate about, and peace in the lives of the underdogs and the people who are, I just have such compassion for people. And, I want like just to give them like a piece of that. And it's interesting because a lot of us are deprived of that in our world. Like, we're not getting, some people don't get validated or fed from people in their family or their friend group, or maybe there aren't lots of friends. And so what a beautiful opportunity to feed a little bit of goodness. And maybe that goodness, if we can find peace within us and start to restore our own peace and start to recognize how valuable we are, we can really impact the grocery store clerk or the person at the store or whatever, and your children and the people in your family, certainly.
Yeah.
So, rest or doing something like this for yourself is so not a selfish act. It's a selfless act. It's taking care of ourselves. And so much of our society has frustrated me that it's all about money and beauty and success with
monetary success,
material things, and
versus spiritual wealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's such beauty. And even walking through this, when you were talking earlier, like, no one can teach you. No one can teach you these things that you learn through walking through your own fear. It's such a internal learning experience. It's such an internal growth experience. And, it's just been mind-blowing to me almost to go on this journey and to see the impact it's had on me personally, and hopefully while helping other people. But it's, I'm growing too. I'm learning too. So it's just it's a beautiful experience. Yeah.
When you go into it with the right intention, you're going to get the right result.
Yeah.
And and that's a way that you can just keep going.
Yeah.
And if you haven't learned anything else today from me, it's just you're in the right place at the right time.
Aw,
and
thank you.
I appreciate you letting me come here today and talk about it, and whether or not this video is watched by 2 people.
Yeah.
But my intention is that it's watched by the right ones, so that people are able to come in who want to be authentic, who want to tap into that part of themselves that allows human kindness to grow. Yeah. Like that's why we're here. Mm-hmm. There are lights in this world, and lights are meant to shine in the dark. Yeah. Why would the light need to shine in the light? That's right. If I go outside with this ring light right now with the sun, are you going to see that light, or are you going to see the sun? Right. But let me go into a dark room. You're going to see this light. That's right. And then you're going to see everything around it. The thing is, when you are that person, when you are that light, you expose what's in the dark. Yeah. And that can be very uncomfortable. And that's why the imposter syndrome is going, you can't do this. Yeah. So that you don't take that step forward. Right. So I thank you for your bravery.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
For allowing what was one time a thought, even a fear, A fear that became a thought,
yeah,
became a vision, became this room.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
that's
like
beautiful.
That's your fears can turn into this,
yeah,
or they can just stay your fears.
Yeah, and your wounds can become the light. You know, the pain can become the fertilizer for your soul. Like there's
your story is someone else's encouragement.
Yeah,
that's gonna get them through their story.
That's right.
So if your story is never told, how do you grow? How do you heal?
Yeah,
and then how can someone else heal if you've never told it, so they never heard it?
Yeah.
If everything always went right in your life, okay, great, good for you.
Yeah.
But that's also rare. It happens. I know people that way that I'm like, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there are people, it's like, but how is that relatable? And how is someone else supposed to learn or heal from someone else's just always so happy story?
Yeah. And how do you appreciate it yourself if you haven't experienced the darkness? We have to experience the shadow and the light.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
we have
how
to.
You got here.
Yeah, that's how we have to. And you have to. You know, you do have to. And I have a card somewhere floating around, or I used to, that said, you know, you deserve to love all parts of yourself, and that means the light and the shadow, the light and the dark, because you know, it's easy for people to go into a space like this and think, oh, you know, even about me, maybe, oh, she's got it all together, or she's, you know, she doesn't have any dark or shadow. Well, just ask my family.
Okay.
Yeah. That's not life. That's not being a human. We're here having this experience here, and it does. It brings light and dark together, and we have to find ways to really love and nurture both sides of ourselves,
because you
not
also,
run from it.
You also can't have too much light.
Yeah,
because that is like, you really can't have too much of anything. It really is about the balance and understanding the full spectrum of the person, because you need both. I recently had a conversation with someone that I was like, what if you're just really short with people? And that can seem like a flaw.
Yeah.
But the way that your flaw can become flawless is that you might need that quality to start a business that employs thousands of people, and because you have that type of mindset, you're able to get something done in a specific way. You were able to take what was meant for, you know, dark, and made it into something that has a lightness to it.
Right. Yeah.
Like, it's like that's the idea of it, versus feeling like you have to change who you are.
Right. No.
It's like, no.
You don't want to,
That's how you embrace it. That's how you learn how to have that self-control over it. And having this kind of experience helps you to find that balance. It helps you by having those frequencies go through your body, because you're experiencing different sounds, different frequencies that have different purposes.
Yeah.
So it's helping you to put everything into alignment, so that you just don't feel so all over the place.
Right.
If someone were to ask me, okay, well, what was your experience doing this sound bath? What I would say is, from walking in the door, it's funny you say some people walk in the door and just cry. I was fighting the tears. I was like, nope, nope. I was like, I don't know these people. I'm not doing that. I'm not being vulnerable. But I think it's important that I don't think people should feel, it's not welcome, it's accepted.
Yes.
It's like, instead of a welcome mat, it's you are accepted mat. When you just step your toes onto this floor, you're like, I feel accepted here.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing, like, anybody can say you're welcome, but do you feel it?
Yeah.
Just like even when someone says thank you, it's like, do you feel thanked? Do you feel appreciated? Is someone showing the appreciation? So when someone shows that you're welcome, it feels like acceptance. So that's the difference.
Yes.
Between it being said and it being shown, it being felt.
Yes.
And that is what I can say you will definitely get out of just stepping into this room.
That's beautiful. That's an honor.
Yeah.
Like if someone feels it. Yeah. It's not because of words or sound. It's just a feeling. That's
we don't have to know who you are. You don't have to prove who you are.
No.
You don't have to you know, some people are like, I have to check these boxes before I can feel worthy of that.
Yeah.
No.
No.
It really is a come as you are.
Yeah.
Without judgment.
Yeah. I tell people when you cross the threshold of the door and come in, your last name changes to Lotus.
Okay.
Because we're in family right now.
Yeah.
We offer each other grace and compassion if we hear each other breathe or whatnot. And I just love the concept of like, you know, you may never see this person again, but you're here becoming present within yourself next to this person that is a stranger, but they're also we're all the human family, right?
Yeah.
We are family. So I love the way that people, and again, I can see that energy too of people like connecting and like softening with each other, you know, with their neighbor they're laying by. But it's also, you don't have to speak to anyone, and you don't have to, it's a safe place to come. If you don't want to engage, there's nothing to do.
You can come.
Yeah, you don't have to say a word.
You can go.
Yeah,
Take
and a
what
lot
you
of
need
people
from
do
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's perfect. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want you to tell us, like your socials, website. How can people find you? How can people sign up? For this
They can sign up for a session on the website. It's www.thesinginglotusstudio.com.
Okay.
And then I'm on Instagram. Mostly Instagram is where I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm not a social media person, so this has been a real walk for me to learn, you know, that aspect. And I'm certainly not a master. I think people have a lot of grace with me with my little posts. But also, I've had enough people tell me, like, I'm so glad I saw you on Instagram. That's made me go, oh, I need to use this platform.
You. Yeah.
Yeah. Or people won't know.
I was just scrolling through, and I'm rarely on there.
Yeah.
I'll post something and just walk away.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
maybe
good.
Somebody commented on something, so I opened it up, and then I saw all of the mats. I saw the singing bowls, and I'm like, oh, okay, where out in Cali is this?
Yeah.
And
Right.
I just wasn't even thinking about it.
Yeah.
But because I have an actual interest, I was like, I'm going to just clicked on it, and I was like, Rock Hill?
Yeah.
Like South Carolina? Like right down the street?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah,
Like, because I just didn't know.
Yeah. I've started trying to put more things about the city on the front page because I've noticed a lot of people, initially think, okay, this must be in California or somewhere, Arizona or something. And no, we're right here, right where we're supposed to be.
In the Carolinas.
Right in the Carolinas. That's
in
right.
the heart of the Carolinas.
That's right. Yep.
So yeah.
And right off the interstate, so it is a good, at least the access is easier for people coming from Charlotte or north of Charlotte or wherever.
It really is right off the interstate.
Yeah.
Like I get here in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
So
yeah, that's good. It's not too bad.
Yeah, and there's construction on the road.
Yeah.
And I still made good timing. Like there were some hiccups that I was like, what's happening today?
Yeah.
But I still made pretty good timing. But yeah, so it's easy to find. It is right off the interstate right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So let's welcome who wants to be here.
Whoever wants to be here,
You are accepted.
Yeah, absolutely. If you need a little peace, a little homecoming to yourself.
You can put your best foot forward when you're able to create that moment for yourself.
Yeah.
Like it's like, how can I give you the best of me if I can't even access that part of me?
That's right. Yeah.
And so what I want you to do is I want you to think of a quote, whether it's your own or a quote that means something to you. Like, what is a quote that means something to you that you would want to share with everyone?
It's a quote that just came from a message I received, just that came into my mind one night in the middle of the night. And it was what I've already mentioned, that pain is fertilizer for the soul.
Okay.
And I think if people can remember that the hard times, the challenges, well, first of all, you're not alone.
Yeah.
We're all going through them. We're all on this human journey, ups and downs. And I think a lot of people who come here are facing challenges, and I can see the wear sometimes on the face, and I want people to know that that challenge you're going through can end up being like the best gift, you know, and the story of the lotus, that it grows in muck. Flowers grow in the dirt, and we need those challenges. They can nourish our soul. So I invite, it's just a perspective shift, and it's really helped me in my life to just feel a remembrance that, okay, this challenge is bettering me in some way. There's some kind of gold in this for me. As hard as this is, there's something beautiful that can come from this, just like the beautiful lotus comes from that icky muck. It grows there. It needs to be in the muck. And it's such a metaphor for us. And so, I think the fact that pain is fertilizer for the soul, I don't know that it has, you know, it's not really, and the Rumi quote that the wound is where the light enters, you know, like there's just such power in our challenges and our wounds. So you know, if you can change your perspective on that and go into it like, what can I learn from this situation? How am I evolving and growing? This is not pleasant. I don't like this at all, but is there something in this for me? And there usually, in my experience at least, there is. So.
Knowing that you're going to come out of it who you're meant to be is worth going through the mud.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
That's what I was going to say.